Representative Elise Stefanik destroys an NBC host live on air after a question about the election. Let's get to the bottom of this together.
Would you vote to certify, and will you vote to certify, the results of the 2024 election, no matter what they show?
That's an interesting question, isn't it? What we can say for sure is that the Democrats are ready for Trump to win this election. They are preparing in advance that they need to overthrow him. That's their mission. You know, it's all silly and incomprehensible to me, because if you lose with dignity. You don't have to clown around and dance in front of the people. If he decided so, it's the right thing to do, and it's better for the country. Why this stupid fight? I don't understand it.
Well, I voted not to certify the state of Pennsylvania because, as we saw in Pennsylvania and other states across the country, that there was unconstitutional acts circumventing the state legislature and unilaterally changing election law.
What about
the Democrat running for a vacant seat on the Pennsylvania Supreme Court told audiences again and again that the nation's highest court is a threat to rights Democrats have fought for, and now that President Donald Trump's 3 appointees give the conservative majority 6-3. Why is that? It's not clear to anyone.
2024? What about 2024?
We will see if this is a legal and valid election. What we're seeing so far is that Democrats are so desperate, they're trying to remove President Trump from the ballot. That is a suppression of the American people, and the Supreme Court is taking that case up in February. That should be a 9-0 to allow President Trump to appear on the ballot, because that's the American people's decision to make this November.
It's just like I said. They got desperate and lost. The richest man in the world, Elon Musk, who so far has not made categorical statements about his support for one or another political force in the current U.S. presidential race, has spoken in favor of a victory for the Republican Party. He admitted that a few years ago he 100% voted for the Democrats, but now the businessman believes that the country needs a red wave, i.e. the power of the Republicans. Recently, Musk has been particularly active in criticizing the American leader, in particular because of his policy on illegal migrants, who have now become one of the discussed problems of the country. According to the businessman, Biden does nothing to prevent their crimes. He said this against the background of reports that in the first months of 2024, organized gangs of migrants from Latin American countries robbed more than 900 homes in Los Angeles.
The matter is, of course, halted pending that appeal, as you say. But just to be very clear, I don't hear you committed to certifying the election results. Will you only commit to certify the results if former President Trump wins? Does that mean if former President Trump wins?
No, it means if they are constitutional. What we saw in 2020 was unconstitutional circumventing of the Constitution, not going through state legislatures when it comes to changing election law. And we're seeing this in my home state of New York, Kristen. We are seeing Democrats try to steal the election and illegally gerrymander congressional districts that we fairly won and are fair line. So I see this at a very local level, as well as the unconstitutional overreach we saw at the national level in 2020.
A report by U.S. Justice Department Special Prosecutor John Durham has become evidence that Democrats are ready to go for various kinds of falsifications in an effort to harm former U.S. President Donald Trump. The U.S. law enforcement and intelligence community had no evidence of Trump's ties with Russia, including data on contacts with Russian intelligence services, according to Durham's report. Based on an unconfirmed report about Trump's ties to Russia, U.S. intelligence agencies were monitoring the Republican candidate's staffers before the 2016 election. Special Prosecutor Robert Mueller, who investigated the Russia affair for 2 years after Trump's victory, found no evidence of collusion, the existence of which was denied by both the Kremlin and the White House. They've always been behind his back and tried to duck him, but they failed. Now they are in a panic and don't know what to do. They've already lost. What do you think about that? Write your opinion in the comments and don't forget to watch other shocking news on the channel.